Hi, I'm Ethan, otherwise known as Utica.
And I'm Twink.
And
wait, girl, before we start, I actually have a question for you.
You know, I have a question for you.
Well, I guess we should say it at the same time on 3, maybe? Okay. 1, 2, 3. What's the stitch? This episode is a turning point into something crazy.
I think I'm going to finally prove to the world that I can not only be a top, but also a bottom. We have the challenge, which is turning boring fabric into beautiful.
No, the challenge is, here's some ugly stuff. Now go.
It's really crazy. And another group challenge.
That gets us into the top of the episode where the second person eliminated, it's Alex.
The most beautiful creature on the program gets sent home. I really think that she has an amazing aesthetic. It's rich, it's beautiful, it's sophisticated. She's bringing these beautiful Japanese ideals into her work. And I feel like she's not getting the best chance to really showcase what she can do. And I don't know if that's because of the group challenges, but girl, it's hard working with a bunch of people.
Christian enters the Interior Delusions Lounge and announces that the challenge will once again be done in pairs with you and Jesus as team captains.
Correct.
Scale of 1 to 10, how pissed off are you?
You know, I will say I'm kind of enjoying the group challenges.
What? That is not what I thought.
I know. Do we want to break out as individual designers? Yes.
Yeah.
But I like working with people. I like the camaraderie. I like the collective creating a vibe. Working together is also part of the design business. Like, it's a really good skill to have. Are we frustrated? Yes. Is it frustrating for me to like have a vibe that I try to describe to the team and realize halfway through that we are not hitting the same vibe? When you're going down with the ship, it's not fun being in a group.
It has not sank yet, but all aboard because the teams are about to be chosen on the main stage.
I choose my team based on who I think is good vibes, who I think is very talented.
The House of Ho is Utica, Euchin, Joseph McRae, Joan, and Angelo.
Yes, my squad.
And Team Jesus, which is Jesus, Antonio,
Melania,
VJ, and Madeline.
I wish I would have had Madeline. I love Madeline so much. And I think
your BFF.
I think I would have swapped Angelo with Madeline if I had the choice. I feel like Angelo is kind of scraping by. You know, I like having him on my team because he's just good vibes. And
he seems like a sweetheart.
He's good people.
But nice is different than good.
But I think if I was really playing the game, I would have chosen Antonio first. Split the twins up.
But then they'd be screaming at each other from across the workroom. And then, because you had a twin on your team, that twin, by law, gets to choose the textile.
Well, we are forced with the textile this round.
Because Ethan got to choose the first teammate. Jesus gets to choose the first bag. 3 dirty potato sacks are dragged onto the runway by Heidi Klum, out of breath and sweating. He chooses bag number 2, and it is this lifeless, off-teal wool, and his whole team just, out loud.
Yeah, it was a collective sigh, but I'm glad he stuck with that one because I really wanted to see what was in. I had the option to choose 2 bags. So when we got bag number 1, we got denim.
And everybody cheered.
And denim is sickening. Like, it can be made into all these different things. You know, the classic distressing is a moment.
Fringe. Maris wants to know, did you ever find out what was in bag number 3?
We never found out what was in bag number 3.
What if it was gold? Like, it was the most beautiful, opulent fabric. What if it was Sarah Foster?
It was Sarah Foster.
Oh,
my dear versatile family friend. We want to know what you think was in the 3rd bag.
Help boost our algorithm and put it in the comments. Sofia Vergara is announced as the guest judge. And not just that, she's announced to be wearing the winning look, which is really funny.
You think that's funny?
Imagine the calls she got. Hey, it's Sophia. Girl, we've got you booked for Project Runway. Fashion, beautiful, top designers in the world. Oh my God, yes, I can't wait. And get this, there's more. The winning look, the best outfit, we're gonna put you in and you get to go to some fabulous event. Oh my God, that's amazing. And by the way, the challenge theme is disgusting, ugly, gross fabric for losers. So we thought you'd be perfect. So it's not you get to wear the dress. It's you have to go on the show. We're giving them shit material and you have to wear it to the gala.
It's a very backhanded phone call.
Yes.
I'm sure that they buttered up that phone call and been like, but these designers are sickening.
It's another day in the workroom and another 1-day challenge.
Here we go. Another team day. Another 1-day day.
Cuts to Team Jesus, and they're discussing the general theme for the collection. Because he's a twin and a team leader, he gets to choose, and he chooses to be inspired by the Catalina flower.
Beautiful flower, very his energy. He loves to put these spiral floral cuts into a lot of his work, and so it's very on brand for Jesus.
Yeah, the team enjoys it, all except VJ, who is really against it seems. But I will defend this. She's engaged in the team. She's speaking up. She's talking to people.
Yeah, I think that she really likes to feel comfortable in any situation, but I mean, this competition is making you inherently uncomfortable most of the time, and she's letting it know.
Which I think is her prerogative. That's my prerogative. You seem to be the go-to person for every product placement. Let me quote you directly. I've got this friction pen, and luckily, they're erasable.
Yes, so they offered us, the show is sponsored by a bunch of products. Bernina, Sarah Foster, and yeah, I think they're trying to make sure that y'all know that a shameless plug is very appropriate for any time, any place. Specifically, how erasable it is. No, this isn't even a friction pen. That's so funny.
Is that a friction pen?
Yes, it is.
Wait, I'm actually kind of starstruck. It's broken.
It doesn't.
Fuck this.
No.
Would you say that you could sell just about anything on camera?
I could sell almost everything on camera.
I've got something for you to sell. Would you open this?
We have a bag with the number 3.
What's inside bag number 3?
Me! One of my first times out and about in the drag world.
Last week.
And my makeup actually kind of matches what you got going on right now.
Yeah, but our hairlines are a little different.
So I used to wear this nude bodysuit, and I rhinestoned on the front nude illusion. And so I would do reveals, and I'm naked on the stage, but it says nude illusion.
So stupid. Can I get an autograph with this frictionless pen?
Yes, absolutely. Anything for my fans.
The frictionless pen is the best to get celebrity autograph and also Utica autograph.
So, frictionless pens definitely work on glossy paper.
Frictionless pen.
It's friction pen. Should we say less?
Friction pen. I'm keeping that all. Christian enters the workroom and starts to help out. He begins to tear your team apart.
So my goal for the team is I want to bring this showstopper energy to the pieces. Big silhouettes, when it's behind the screen, the silhouette behind, just the shadow is really big and interesting. I want to try to bring in my entity of drag and grand into the competition, and I'm like, this is my chance to get everybody on the same page to try to get this sense of that I do with all of my work. And so I presented that to the team, and people were really excited, bringing designs to the table. And first, they're really excited about the looks. Interesting, in the confessionals, they were not as excited. So that is news to me.
Really?
Yes.
Because it came off as Utica has these ideas and we have to do them. The last team challenge, you were dragged for not taking leadership. And now you did take leadership, and that's the plot point of the episode.
Yes.
In a negative way.
Yeah. I really consulted the team. I was like, okay, what do we want to do? This is what I think would be really amazing and cool. What do you think? And everyone pretty much had sickening designs.
The perspective that I had for Showstopper was you already knew you were going to be in drag. As the team captain lets it inject drag into the collection. And then when you stand up on that stage with all the pieces lined up, it's ta-da, the fashion house.
No, I definitely wanted it to be a fashion house. However, I didn't know I was going to be in drag for the runway.
Oh, I assumed you had planned to be in drag on episode 3 the whole time.
No. not at all. We went through the whole work day, hard work day, difficult. I realized halfway through that they were not picking up on the grandeur that I was trying to achieve.
No.
And then at the end of that work day, which we ended like around 11 o'clock or so, they asked, because I've been asking production, like, when is this going to happen? Because I like brought stuff to wear. And so then they proposed that to me at the end of this really hard work day. And they spun it as like, so you're going for this big showstopper energy. Maybe tomorrow's the best day to do it. You should be in drag. Me being like, taking this opportunity, I was like, well, of course. And then I was like, oh, then I could like inspire the team to really get them to understand the why of what I do and how it's so important, how it is like an identity, it's a state of mind. However, then I'd have to wake up at 3 a.m.
Oh, I forgot
to
about
get into
that.
drag. And yeah, I have like 2 hours ish to get ready because we 3, 4, 5, we had to get up by like 5:30 and be ready, which was such a hard day, especially after my team is like fully flopping.
That recontextualizes a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so I think I bit off a lot, and I just couldn't quite get the team on the same page. It just was this spiral of just awful things happening. I remember Joan getting really frustrated. She, I think, really wanted to do another design that I didn't choose because I think it fit better with the collection. But then she got it in her head that she wished she would have done the other design. And so then she was struggling trying to get her look to work. Angelo still hasn't gotten his footing in the competition yet.
Yeah.
That he took so much time trying to figure it out and try to figure out what showstopper is. And I wonder if that's a little bit of my fault for not being... I feel like the showstopper theme is a little too ambiguous.
It's a bit vague.
It's more of a vibe, less of a particular motif, like the flower. Joseph McCrae got it instantly, right away.
Yeah.
And I think that Yuchen went so crazy with his idea that it just became too much, but he still got there in the end, which is crazy.
How much time did he spend on that?
He got the look that ended up on the runway done in like 5-6 hours. And then me trying to juggle everybody, I barely got my look done. Barely. I really wanted my showstopper to be the silhouette, the arc, the like, the face to be the moment. Cause I was like, oh, Sofia Vergara, like, let's show her face off. Let's show, like, if I can get this to stand up, it would be such a moment. I didn't have time to press all of the seams. The back look horrible. What's inside this look to get it to stand up is crazy. If I was going to actually do it right, I would have gone to Home Depot and just did the metal rod.
Absolutely.
Which is perfect.
You love to do the metal rod.
So I cut apart a water hose. I was like, I don't care. Like, they can buy another one. So
Where was the hose from? Was it the actual studio hose?
Yeah, I cut the studio hose apart.
Work! Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then that wasn't working because it was still just too floppy. So I brought my rotary cutter. You know the cardboard tubes that the fabric comes on, the rolls, right? I used the rotary cutter and it cut it.
You used cardboard?
And I used strips of cardboard to keep it up. Is cardboard used in high fashion? Not necessarily.
Raise your hand if you use cardboard. Christian is in the workroom. He is, toddling about, pulling at people's dresses and saying, ugly, ugly, and then going to the next person. He doesn't seem to be giving the most helpful advice. What was the most helpful thing he said this episode specifically?
I would say next to nothing was helpful. I know my team is not getting it. I know that my look isn't done yet. He's not as encouraging as he could be. Granted, he's not there for that. He's there to like egg you on. He's there to push you to be better. But also, when I'm in a really tough spot and I have to cut off the fingers of my bodysuit to even try to get my look done, of course I'm flustered. Of course I'm pissed. And I'm worried that my makeup is like coming off. I'm worried about like me running around in heels. Trying to work a sewing machine in heels is not it. This is my hell week. But drag is my armor. Drag is the reason why I do what I do, and she informs the work. So I'm really glad I got to show up as her.
You arrive in drag, and there's some fierce reactions. The twins specifically, the gay guys jumping up and down, gagging. What were some other great reactions?
I don't think Yuchen has seen, a queen in this way before, and he just broke down, and it was so sweet. He came up to me, he gave me this beautiful hug, and he would not let me go. And he's like, I see you. Wow. I see you. I see like what this all means. I get it. He could not hold his shit together. He was so kind. And I really think that this is the moment that Yuchen and I like become brothers. Like,
wow.
I'm really gagged that they didn't show that, because he was like weeping in my arms, like just staring at me like, you're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Why do you think they didn't keep that in the edit?
I don't know. I think it was one of the most special moments on the show, for sure. Of course, the twins were gagging and like, yes, queen, yes!
They go,
but,
it's Utica!
Yes.
It's like, I know what show you watch.
Baby. But for people who haven't seen this art form before and to see it up close, it's like, I would say it's inspiring. We're taking gender, we're bending it, and it's making us so powerful. The best versions of ourselves we could possibly imagine. It's creating something that's more. It defies gender. It defies, what fashion can be, and it elevates it to the highest degree. And I feel like it really did bring a sense of camaraderie to the team. So we're getting to the runways, and we are going to either stitch it or ditch it. So first on the runway is Madeline.
With the House of Jesus.
Baby, and they're Kalia, Candia,
Catalina. It is so close to Kalia.
Catalina.
Our other really close personal friend.
This collection is inspired by the Catalina flower and tailoring with using the ugly wool. I think it's clean. It's crisp. I love the high collar. Yeah, I think she hit the brief.
There are so many details to this piece that I adore. Of course, that collar, but the keyhole cutout that droops all the way down. You can see the organic elements that inspire it, but it doesn't come off costumey at all.
And I think that it definitely represents her with this like side slit on the skirt, the like 3/4 length sleeve that goes up at the angle. Yeah, I think it's great. And I'm gonna stitch it.
Absolutely gonna stitch it. Next up on the runway is VJ. Again, I love the structuredness juxtaposed with that draping.
Yeah, it's great. I like that it is just a sleeveless little moment. I love the little cutouts in the front, this little side fins.
The cutouts on the hips is just sexy. It comes off actually in an elevated, classy way somehow.
I think she really hit the brief, and I would say this is probably her first good look.
I think this is a great look. Yeah,
I'm gonna stitch it.
I'm gonna stitch it.
So now we have Belania. It's amazing.
It
really is
one of the best looks of the entire season.
The flowers in there, the tailoring, the 2-piece suit,
the pant, the sleeveless with the draping. It's kind of minimal, but still so bold.
If I was going to critique it, I'm not crazy about the breasts in fashion. That like you either have like a fitted breast or it's like a sag breast. I feel like it's in between. I still love it. I'm gonna stitch it. It's the one. It's so sick.
At the very top in the Interior Delusions Lounge, she is eating up the camera. I thought she was going home this week because the edit was so much of her being a sweetheart star. I'm obsessed with her now. Up next, we have Jesus.
Staple Jesus.
Really?
He loves to do like a suit or suit gown. And I mean, you see the cauliflower, the asymmetry going down the hip, crisp, clean, and the model looks incredible.
It's challenging to have such a pleasing silhouette with this textile specifically. If that collar draped down to the front, I would hate it. It would look matronly and sad, but bringing it down into the hip makes it so like hot. And I love the double collar. I'm really sold on this. It's a total stitch.
Yeah, definitely stitching it. It's really good.
But trend alert, flat slick back hair for no reason.
Sometimes when you don't know what to do, You do a slick back pony.
Oh no, it's a bold choice that allows the garment to speak for itself. I don't know how to do hair.
And now we have Antonio with his gown. Yes, it's stunning. I mean, he took the brief. He's like, you want a flower? I'm going to give you a flower.
Yeah, but I like that you can tell that it isn't a rose. It's very specifically that flower.
Yep.
And it inspires the rest of the garment. As you always say, it allows the eye to travel.
Yes, yep, absolutely. The flower on the chest moving down the piece, the little draped over side boob moment gives it some movement. The whole collection's really good.
Yeah, this is Team Stitch.
Yeah, they really like hit the theme on the head.
I hate them.
Yeah, must be nice.
And next up with the House of Ho, it's Ethan.
Here we go. Miss Bottle Cat McGee. I had some construction issues.
Mm-hmm.
I really tried hard to get this whole thing to stand up. I think I accomplished that. And I haven't seen something like this before. So I think with that, I'm proud of it. Have you seen a window like that?
To me, it gives Harris Reed.
Harris Reed.
Mm-hmm. What I love about this is the graphic lines, and that if you blur your eyes, especially in the wide shot, you can see that it's a fluid line that travels symmetrically. Mm-hmm. Is this the same pattern, like the pant to top thing that you wore for the entrance look?
It is the same pattern.
That's what I thought.
I am really testing myself to make just cool pants. I don't make a ton of pants in my like regular stuff, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. I wish I would have had time to steam open every seam. Then I would have had those vertical lines going all the way through it. It would have broken up the shapes and not be as dark blue, and I would have more of that light blue coming through, that light gray. I really wanted like a deep scoop in the front.
Oh,
really
like
wanted it to be
keyhole
sexy. Yeah,
at
a
the
keyhole
bottom
would be
Absolutely.
so sexy. And the back is a mess.
The back is a bummer.
It's a mess. If I just had a little bit more time. So I was doing my final fittings the day of the runway. I didn't have anything to fit for the first fitting of the day before. And Christian was yelling at me like, you have nothing to fit.
You're
Nothing
like,
to fit.
I
I
know.
know. I'm just so happy I got it to stand up.
If that had been flopping down, it would be the flop moment of this season. I would love if the pant was also structured a bit. Like if it had a flare out.
Yes.
I think
like
that would be really
oh,
cool.
That would be sickening.
You could also, like, what if there was like, this is perhaps going into a drag territory, but flared out pant, very structured to juxtapose up here, and then even like a cutout, like a circular cutout or something going down somewhere. The reverse denim lines could also line that. Mm-hmm. Why didn't you do that? And then why didn't you do that? And you didn't do a split.
If I would have more time to really finesse it and get it where it needs to be without all of the elements of drag, the team, getting the vibe, Christian, like everything.
Christian. You could trip over him in any minute.
I
wear a
think
yellow vest so people don't.
I think if I would have like just had a little bit more time, it would have been different, but I'm going to ditch it.
Yeah. I support my mother, and I love that you went with a bold, strong idea. That's the way to go out. But you did go out with a ditch. Up next, we have Joan.
Yeah, girl. I started creating a bunch of fringe for the team.
Yeah.
And she took it. She ran with that fringe. And I don't think that she wanted to, but she is such a team player.
I think if there was a delineation between the size and the length, it's hard. And that headpiece, is that the showstopper element of it?
We started making a headpiece to try to like pull the look together, because I think she was feeling like the dress was like not enough.
It doesn't have anything to do with the rest of the look.
No, I think that she is in a tough place, because I was trying to get it to like be big and grand. And the headpiece was the part of the look that she was like, oh, well, it's pushing it into what you want.
It gives her, putting aside what makes her work great, trying to blend into yours.
Her showstopper energy, I think, is how excellent she tailors. And I think that she just thought that, oh, what I'm really good at is not what's going to appease me. Also, why didn't I tell her that this is not good? Well, all that being said, I'm going to ditch it.
I'm going to ditch it too.
Now we have Angelo.
I have a beef with this. I really dislike when a structured hip is two-dimensional. The silhouette of it in the entrance was great, but seeing it just tacked on two triangles really upsets me. I want a 3-dimensional hip that also has that structure. And while I'm here, those lines down the front, it is a problem when you have 2 straight lines going down the center of your dress that don't line up.
He is trying to mirror what Joan is doing. The hem around the bottom and the vertical lines down the front.
I see that.
You know, he's trying to pull it into the collection, yeah.
Her hair should have been fringed.
Her hair should have been fringed! I tried to get Angelo to have the skirt be all one piece.
A 2-dimensional doll, like...
Yeah, very that.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
You know?
I still want a 3-dimensional.
But I think he got, like, a good hit, like, in the middle of it all. I like the collar. I like the side strap. He wanted to, like, bring that fringe element into the piece by having it, like, resemble Joan and my vertical lines that are happening in my piece. I think the jacket is great, but I feel like all together, it's too much, I think.
I don't think it's enough.
What do you think he should add?
I have one word. Ditch.
I'm gonna ditch it. We struggled this challenge, and yeah, it's me, Angelo, and Joan that are toasted.
Up next, we have Joseph McCrae.
All day.
All fucking day in this look.
It's amazing. I love it. I think it's so chic. It's big, but it's so thin and in the middle. Like,
yeah, yes, that's such a good point.
Yeah, he got it. Joseph and I really speak a similar language, so he got it. He's like, oh, you want big silhouette? I got you.
I love exactly what you said. It's the elements of what he does well, that structured grandeur of like a jacket and sleeves, but I love that he implemented a tucked in waist and the bust line.
Yeah.
Brings it to this high fashion place.
Yeah, he really knows how to dress a woman.
This is huge.
It's fantastic. I'm obsessed with Joseph McCrae.
I'm a big fan.
I'm gonna stitch it. I think it's amazing, and he really got what I was saying, and
Yeah.
he really took it to the nth degree. So well done, Joseph. Stitch. And now we have Yu-Chen. Incredible.
Sexy.
Gagged. He pumped this out in next to no time. He got the brief. He did the big silhouette. He made it so sexy. Would Sofia Vergara wear this? Probably not. But
that's a good point. I did kind of forget that these are for Sophia.
For what he could do in that amount of time, amazing.
This is so impressive. I love that it is a showstopper, but not in a clunky, huge way. It's actually a minimal showstopper.
Yeah,
that's unique.
It's so good. I remember him saying, like, if he had time, he would have made belts to go into all the belt loops at the top.
That texture, yum.
Yeah, but I think the little belt loops right now, incredible. I could even see him doing, like, if you were gonna style this outside, to put like a crystal diamondy belt in each one, or like a gold belt. Like, it could be styled in any which way, with whatever belt you put on it.
I want like punky grommets and chunky metal hardware,
and this like kimono robe reveal moment. I mean, hello, good morning sick. And good night. I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna stitch it. It's amazing.
Absolutely stitch. Well, girl, what is your top stitch of the week from both teams?
My top stitch for Jesus's team, I would say, is Belania. I mean, hello.
Oh, so cool.
So good.
The people's princess.
She hit the brief. The tailoring is amazing. It looks incredible on the model. Like, it's just timeless. It's really a beautiful piece. And I would say my top stitch of my group is Joseph McCrae. I love it. I think it's incredible.
My top stitch, I think next week I should be allowed to see it first, because I can't tell you how embarrassing it is to be like, me too. I think the top stitch from the first team has got to be Belania. I think she's a star. Amazing outfit paired with this great edit. Like I said, people's princess. She
incredible.
Can do no wrong in my eyes right now. And from the House of Ethan has got to be Joseph McCrae.
Mommy said it, so I had to say it.
The winning team is announced as the House of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately,
I think this makes sense. Our team really struggle bust. I had a really difficult time. I feel like all the odds are stacked against me, and I just took the team and I was like, you're coming down on the ship.
They chastised you last week for not being the head of the team, and now this week they really said, you got to do it, and you did it, and they said, why did you do that? You're weird.
Yeah. I will say, like, We were bent to make things that were original, fresh, like big, larger than life. We just didn't keep Sofia Vergara in mind. And I think that if we pivoted our ideas to do showstoppers that also were Sofia, it would have been sickening. A little behind the scenes tea for you is production at the beginning of the first day of sewing came to us and they said, listen, we know that Heidi said that this is for Sofia Vergara, but it's not necessarily for Sofia Vergara. Kind of just build whatever you want. To clarify, do your teams, have fun, and she might wear the look. Jesus' team already had their stuff set in stone, and they were like, okay, we're just going to stick with what we got. Oh. And then my team, we fully went into that direction of like, okay, we're going to go big, we're going to go crazy. And so we plowed that direction without even considering that Sofia was gonna wear it. I think that we forgot that Heidi was like, this is for her.
That's huge.
And so then when we were on the main stage and they started critiquing, we were like, oh shit. Talking to Sofia like, this is why you wear the piece. And none of us were able to like do that effectively because we fully forgot about Sofia. I'm just there to have a good time, make beautiful clothes. And when I'm faced with all this bombardment, I remember even trying to explain myself and they wouldn't let me. There were times when I would be like, well, we did this because blah, blah, blah. And they'd cut me off and be like, no excuses. Well, if y'all want to know the why, you can listen. If not, like, what am I supposed to do? Y'all are yelling at me and I'm up here in full geesh trying to have my armor hold me together. I'll be honest with you. Like, I wanted to have a special drag moment on the show, and I did not expect it to be this devastating. When they said, we want to see Ethan up here and not Utica. Utica should not have shown up today. I was like, I came here not only because you told me to, but also to raise the camaraderie of the team and to like bring my light to the show.
It's strange that they had a drag queen on, and the first time you're in drag, it was used as a storyline for why you aren't accessible enough as a designer. Which also, you've already disproven the first 2 weeks, so it seems a bit far-fetched to be placing the storyline on you right now.
I remember asking the production team after, and I was like, listen, this work is not just something I put on. Mm-hmm. This is something that I hold very dear. It is the closest thing I have to like my artistic identity. She informs the clothes. She informs the work. Like, I refuse to give you guys access in the future to this part of me if this is how you're gonna, you know,
exploit it.
Yeah, like, yes, I tanked my team, but I don't think that I should be bashed so hard when I'm like in full everything.
The tanking doesn't need to be connected to the drag.
Yeah. And then when I show up to try to bring the drag element to the designers to really raise us up, and then it still flops, and I'm there trying to describe to everybody why this is so amazing and why, like, you know, I do what I do, and for it to just flop so hard is like, I don't know. It's a tough pill to swallow, but I think that I'm really glad that I got to like showcase, you know, this part of me, because I really think it changed the dynamic of the cast.
Immediately when you came in drag, people were jumping up and down for joy. The reaction to Utica was better than the reaction to Sarah Foster, and that's saying something. The show had an opportunity to like platform drag and show how it was allowing these designers to be more creative and more in tune with themselves. I think there's a common misconception with drag that you're pretending to be a different person as to like protect yourself as a human or as a performer. It's actually the most honest and vulnerable you can be with a person. And as designers on a design TV show, they ought to know that. Like, you aren't just wearing your art, you're becoming your art, the most honest representation of yourself. And that could have been touched on more, while also saying, hey, your outfit this week was, tough. It was stressful, but at least while this was happening, you could lock eyes with
Sarah Foster.
The winner of this week's challenge is Belania.
And she's in the team of Jesus, so well done. Yes.
Absolutely deserved.
So
the
good.
team of stitches all around.
Yeah, they really took boring wool and turned them into masterpieces.
And Sophia will wear it to an event. The event being brushing her teeth at night and taking it off.
And we have the losing team. Team Ho. My team crashed and burned, but girl, I look sickening and we tried our darndest.
The bottom three is Joan, Angelo, and Ethan.
Why?
We're going to have to wait until this upcoming Thursday, tomorrow, to find out who goes home.
Fingers and legs crossed for me to be here next week.
We will see you next Wednesday if she survives, so make sure to check out episode 4 on Thursday. She is everywhere at Queen Utica, and I'm everywhere at twinktrash. Guys, specifically, I have a YouTube channel. If you like this content, if you've liked the way it's edited, how we look, how we sound, I do a lot of the tech work, and YouTube is my passion. So check out my channel if you'd like to see me do creative, loud, annoying stuff.
And she's sickening, mama.
Contractually, she has to say that.
Thank you for joining us on The Stitch. See you next time.
Hey guys. Frictionless pens for when your finger's not enough.